So I seen a comment the other day talking about no, the F, it does not work. And they're talking about the moving on for a female to be doing. Basically, it does not work where she won't be moving on. And in other words, they were saying that females do move on. Yes, she will move on. And I see sometimes comments revolving around like, oh, well, she has moved on, or a woman will move on. But the concept that you guys are missing is that there's something about you that can never ever ever be replaced. If you sincerely look at yourself and know the impact and the imprint and what you've done in her life, and being a producer, like actually making things happen continuously in your life, that's just one thing in itself, where the moving on can look like it's moving on for some of y'all, but it's temporarily, where it's like you got to get that a woman is her emotions are attached to it. So let me break it down like this. If her emotions are still stuck onto you and she's still believing that, oh, with this guy, oh, there's potential now, or this guy's doing better, why not go back over there? That is enough for a woman to be like, I regret what decision I made. Hypergamy is a real thing. However, there's also a real thing of, oh, but that ex or that person that I was with, there's a reason why I should remain with them. I'm saying that to say that you can be stuck on, oh, she's with a new man. She might be happy, but it does not mean that she's fully emotionally connected and involved and invested. Or let's say when women check out and detach themselves and are kind of somewhat done, their headspace is now gravitated towards that one person, which can happen to be you, that has been doing so much better and yet treated her so well. Another point about this is that a woman, yes, can fall in love. We know she can fall in love. We know she could get married. She could end up being with somebody else and having kids. That's different compared to a woman moving on, only because if she's with a new happy man, a man that treated her better and is better for her, that's different. But in the modern day, and don't let this go over your head. Actually, you know what? Let's do a quick pause. Like this video. I appreciate it. A quick question for y'all. Do you personally feel like women move on easily, too fast? Do you personally feel like, oh, yes, they move on? I should have asked in the beginning, but I just thought about it now. I might start asking it in these sorts of videos because it's going to be like a series. I'm going to do so many of these versions. And so with that being said, let me know in the comment section. Now to fast forward real quickly, if you feel like a woman is moving on and you think that that's the case with women, or you just feel like with the woman that you're dealing with, go ahead and let it be known what's the reason that you feel that way. Have you actually seen things? Now, the other thing, on the other hand, is that you have to remember that the woman that you're dealing with, she still can feel a connection to you. And also, because it's the beginning, sort of, we're getting to the middle anyways, but don't forget about my other links and consultations. I'm not going to go into it. A lot of y'all know about it already. All the links are down below. But of course, don't forget about Patreon and YouTube membership to get more exclusive, way more videos on there. Not way more in the sense of you're getting a whole lot, but way more videos you'll never ever see publicly. It's going to just strictly be on there. So in order to check them out, and also for the explicit parts and those detailed parts and videos I can't even post for you publicly, you got to go ahead and become a member on one of the two. So those links are down below. And so let me just move forward on to how, if you have a woman, the next thing that you have to understand is that falling in love process with who you are now. Women emotionally get invested where they continuously go ahead and fall in love. So you might have her become with a situation, become somebody that is about what she has going on, but she could be not satisfied for a second, and that second can end up looking like she's turning her ways, turning her back on whatever it is that she had going on. And I'm not saying that women are not committed. There's a lot of women that can be committed and in love with their man, right? However, what I am truly saying is that you have to then know to yourself and have a huge realization of, how could I turn to that woman without turning to that woman? So your turning to that woman is never to do, let's say, what a lot of men do when they're in love but they're getting treated bad. You give her what she wants. You show up. So turning to that woman is only where she sees that, oh, I want that guy, no matter what the cost is. Oh, I'm going to get him by all means. But what I'm trying to say is that that woman can start looking elsewhere and weighing her options. And when it becomes deepened, it is going to be, let's say, manifesting into the physical sense of she is invested and has to take actions in order to have fulfillment. So if she's looking at you and saying like, man, there's just something about him, or oh, I love it here, or oh, like I remember how it was, those are enough words and enough feelings and enough emotions invested for something to come up in the real world. So don't think so much on the surface and on a surface level of like, oh, well, it just can't happen. She's partying. She's living her best life. She's going through phases. If a woman has a certain judgment on who you are, and let's say you didn't even win her to begin with, the reality of it, of course, is going to be that she's not going to be moving on. She's not going to be highly interested. She might view you as many of guys that are simps, but there is recovery. And there's also guys that also, don't let this go over your head, also go ahead and improve so much or better themselves and are enough for that woman. So what I'm saying is that there's something in you already, but the activation fully has to happen. And when that happens, the moving on is like now too hard to do. The coming back is what's happening. And it becomes almost instantly and naturally where she just cannot help herself. In other words, you can make it happen. You just got to be the guy that doesn't let in easily. You got to be that guy that says, oh, okay, I know what she's about. I'm not going to let it happen. And so to conclude this video, make sure that when you're taking the concept of moving on, you're not thinking so literal of, well, she's getting this happening, or she's with this sort of guy, or she's out here never texting me. Don't think about that. Just think about, what's your progress? What have you been doing? What have you been up to that she's noticing from a distance, or she could be hearing? One way or another, a lot of times these stuff get back to her. And this is something that I was explaining in a different video as far as like what you guys should know, or just what you should understand when things get back around. All right. So I'm saying that to say, just focus on you, and the moving on still turns on to be on you oftentimes. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want more videos like this, let me know. Don't forget to comment your opinion on this video if you want part 2s, all that good stuff. And don't forget to answer that question of, do you think women move on easily, all that sorts of stuff, or no, or what's your experience like? And of course, that's it. But don't forget the explicit content. Bye, y'all.
There's other stuff that you have going on. It could be about anything, self-improvement, back to dating. Consultations are available for that. Book your consultation. Let's get on the line and talk about what's going on with you. Click that link after this video.
Sleep affirmations so you could become that powerful man, and it is recorded in my voice, and I give you the strongest affirmations to overall become that man and subconsciously become powerful. So let's get into these books. Get a track woman you want and get her to miss you, along with secrets to winning her over, and it tells you about cold approach. It tells you my personal stories, and if you're trying to up your game in the dating game, these books are going to be perfect for that, and you could get it all in a bundle deal. Make sure you click the link down below. Are self-improving in the process. This is so serious. This is why I have a whole no contact guide and journal available. Y'all could go ahead and purchase it. If you need somewhere to start off, then you need all the breakdowns, all the insight, the information, and I have structure in there, help you, prompts, things that will tell you you got this, but it'll give you also reasons why, and I have stories in there that tells you why no contact has worked for people, all types of stuff. It's so detailed, y'all. That's how much information I made sure to put in there. Step up no contact, or if you need somewhere to start and you need something to help you, this is like me guiding you as you go through no contact. That's how I customized it for y'all. So you can check that out by clicking the link down below. See what you could do with no contact, how far you could do it. Just learn everything, have the guidance, and accountability partner. Although I'm not actually there, you'll feel that sense from this journal and guide.